Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm showing you all of these kits. These are past subscription kits from, 2 years. So I am doing a hashtag card kit cleanup. And I am going to be working through these kits, and I wanted to share that with y'all. So for the first thing I'm doing this month is I'm pulling out all the large sentiments, a lot of things that alpha stickers, things you would think of for maybe scrapbooking. You can certainly use these on cards. You just make them your big sentiment and off you go with some ephemera or stickers. But today is National Scrapbooking Day, and I have a mini album to make. So I'm actually busting up these card kits in another way. This is pink and Maine paper that I got from a card kit. This is the pages I was just showing you that's new from Fairy Garden. This is from a Hip Kit Club, these last 6 sheets. So I'm using 6x6 paper from card kits and some 12x12 that I cut down to 6x6. All right, now I have a cinch and I adore it. It was worth every penny. I've made so many mini albums having that cinch, but you could also make this with a hole punch and thread or pins of some sort. Okay, right now I'm putting all my paper in order, and all I'm doing is I keep the paper in my left hand. I decide what looks good next to this gray paper. I think that one looks good. This looks good next to the green. So I'm getting kind of my flip on. I'm deciding what looks best side by side, flipping through the album. And that is how I'm going to arrange my paper. So that's the first thing I'm doing. Once I've got this, and I'm like, okay, yep, like it. And that's my front page. All right, so now I know everything's in order, and I took it to my cinch and I cut it all. It took me about a minute. Once you get your guide set and you know where you want your holes punched, it is so quick and easy. You can actually cut like 3 or 4 sheets at a time. So it's super fast. Okay, so this album took me, I was timing myself because I wanted to share it with you guys. It took me about 30 minutes to get my paper, get it all cut. I only had to cut a couple of pieces. Most of it was 6x6 paper. And then to cinch it and do this portion, which is laying out my photos. So it does help. Like I pulled my photos the day before, and I kind of arranged them. This album is not necessarily like a chronological album. I kind of started a little bit that way because that was the only way these baby pictures were going to make sense. But this album is actually a gift for my daughter, and I'll be giving it to her on Mother's Day. So you guys might have seen the album I made for my son. So each one of my children are getting a photo album on Mother's Day because I love being their mommy. And I want them to know that, and I want to celebrate them as much as they celebrate me. Because without them, I wouldn't be a mommy. So I am putting these together, and I'm just celebrating each individual child and the light they bring into this world. This is my precious Cece, Sparkle Heart. So since this is a 6x6 album, I think printing your photos 3x5 or smaller is great. Like you can tell some of these I printed on my printer, and they're not the highest of qualities because I didn't go for photo quality. I didn't even print it on photo paper. I printed it on my Spring Hill index paper. And then some of these, like this one with her with the hat, the green hat on, that was a photo that I just kind of cut down. Look how she makes our shed sparkle. Okay, so I really really am kind of hooked on these. When I was going through pulling photos, so I have an almost 11-year-old and my daughter just turned 8 like 2 weeks ago. I have like 10 years worth of photos that I need to do something with. So I'm really excited. I've always wanted to make them a birthday album each, and I've always wanted to make them like a Christmas album each. So I was looking through and thinking of that. So, for me, this is a manageable way to scrapbook. In all, start to finish, it was a 2-hour project. I did bake cookies with my son in the middle of that, but yes, it was 2 hours. And in 2 hours, I had a completed project. It's like 16 pages long. Let's see, so double that, front and back, 32 pages. I think that's pretty awesome. And it's a keepsake that she'll have. And I feel like it's my responsibility to record my children's early years. That's just something I have taken on, and why you'll see more scrapbooking, because it's like a duty of being a mom to me, is recording my children's early years for them. And then what they decide to record later in life is up to them. But I want to catch the early stuff. And so, yeah, it is so rewarding. Now, you guys probably know, if you've been here for a while, I am a fast crafter. So one of the things that really had deterred me from scrapbooking for so many years was thinking of how long it could take me to get through 10 years of photos. But doing it like this in these bite-sized chunks make it completely approachable for me again. Now, on big spreads, I like lots of pictures. So if y'all have seen the way Crafty Mama Diaries scrapbooks, she has scrapbooking. And I love the way she does like her 2-page spread, and she incorporates lots of pictures, and that's definitely my jam overall. But on these little albums, and I printed up some pictures small like this, so I could put more than one picture on a page. But on others, I had already printed them. So like a year ago, yeah, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before last, I had printed up hundreds of pictures. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make my kids some photo albums and scrapbooks for Christmas. Yeah, I thought I could do it in a couple of days. That was unrealistic. So I have a box of pictures that I was able to choose from. So I will be going through that box and doing more of this, that's for sure. My children also, we did birthing center births with a midwife, and so I have some really sweet pictures from their first moments in this world, and me laboring with them, which I will not scrapbook on YouTube, but I will probably make them a scrapbook and tell their birth story in it for them. And I need to do all this, you guys, before I lose it, because you know what? I stepped on the scale this morning. I was like, I gained 2 pounds. Let's see, what did I eat yesterday? And I couldn't even remember. So if I can't remember what I had for dinner last night, then I should probably go ahead and try to capture the memories from my children's childhood while I can. Oh my gosh. If you get me, raise your hand. So, I'm capturing different things here. I'm capturing my daughter's smile, her love, her achievements. She's been my little ballerina since she was tiny. And I just had to put this picture in there of her making a face because, oh, ladies and gentlemen, I dealt with some tantrums over tights and leotards the first couple of years. Oh, goodness. But she's got a natural talent. She is just an absolutely beautiful dancer, very improvisational, which I love, just like her mama. All right, so just pasting these things down. I'm really hoping this ATG holds these pictures over the years. I'm not really sure how they'll fare with the ATG, but we'll see. And this picture of her and I together is just like us on the couch a few months ago. Not a special occasion. It's just our daily love. She has to meet a cuddle quota. There it is. So I've got all my pictures in. Then I was so glad I had already pulled these stickers out, because then I could just go through and add these stickers anywhere I wanted, and I used every single one. So the only thing I had left over was the black alphas, but I used those too. So I'm not going to show you all the details of how I embellished each page, because I really wanted to show you just the quickness of just laying down the photos. I mean, just get the photos on the paper, and then you can go back and embellish. And I feel like you could embellish later at a different time on the sofa with your spouse, something like that. You know, you wouldn't have to necessarily do it at the craft table. You could take it with you, especially a small project like this. Once you have it this far, and you can embellish in other places maybe too. So I hope I inspire you to do some memory keeping. If you're a grandmother, you know, this would be such a fun gift for your grandchildren. Sorry. I think, you know, my mother-in-law has made photo books for our kids. She makes amazing travel journals. And she's made different photo books for the kids, and they treasure them. I mean, it is such a gift, and they honor it and respect it because they know their grandmother made it for them. Okay, I have this stack. Some of it's pizza boxes. Hey, they're not beneath me. And finished album covers. So not album, they're 6x6 paper pad covers and more. So I save every one of these because I make quite a few of these albums, to be honest. I sell a lot of them when I do craft markets, and I have a couple in my Etsy page right now that are Doodlebug down on the farm. So anyways, I save these to make my covers. Now, depending on how thick you want your cover and how durable you want it, you could double these up. And then put the paper on top of them, but I didn't do that. If I need to make her more covers later because these get damaged, I can do that. It's not a big deal. All right, here comes no measuring Bitty Penny. I just slide this down about 1 inch on each side and then cut along the straight edge. And then I just take that piece and cut around another sheet. So I'm using two 12x12 sheets of paper here because I need this cover piece to be bigger than 6x6, right? So when I center this, you'll see I have about 1/2 inch on each side. I'm going to snip off the ends. When you're snipping off these, don't go all the way to the corner of your cover. Give yourself some space. If you do that, you could end up with a wonky corner. So just give yourself a little space. You don't have to measure it, but just give yourself a little bit of space there. Okay. Now, I kind of made a boo-boo. I should have put some of this paper on the front and adhered the cover down to the paper as well, but I forgot. It's been a hot minute. It's been about 2 months since I made one, so it's all good. There's nothing wrong with it. But it just would have been nice to have that paper adhered on the front side too. Okay, so I put all of my tape here along the edges. And then I leave the release paper on. I fold the paper over. And then once I have all my creases and I know the paper is going to bend kindly, then I take off my release paper and stick everything down. And this really works for me. It's kind of like scoring without using a scoreboard. Okay, so that's what I did to both covers. So now I have my covers, and I am going to go ahead and cover the inside of them as well with some more scrapbook paper. So I brought in some Pink and Main. I did cut these on my cinch first because I wanted to be able to measure it and it not be like, if you put it on first, then, you know, you might cinch over it and it might look a little funny, at least to me. So I actually like to do this after I use my cinch tool. And that way I can line it up to that edge nice and neat. Okay. There we have it. That part is done. And yay, it's all coming together. I love the front page. Okay, did you see that? So I flipped the back cover over. So I actually just hold the album up like I'm gonna open it. And then I just kind of flip the back cover over. Now I'm counting my holes and cutting my wire. And then I took it to my cinch machine and I cinched it up. And now this is my own thing. I've honestly never seen anyone else do it. But back in the late 90s, early 2000, I got this journal one time. And it had these spiral rings. And the pages kept slipping out. But I love the journal so much that I did this to it. I got some string and I stitched it up. And now anytime I get a spiral journal like this, I stitch it like this. So now both of my covers are out of the way. Okay, so they're all just the way we cinched it. And then I do this. So I run it through the wide part and the narrow hook. And I lace this thing up. And the reason I do this is so that pages won't slip out of these journals. And what's really cool about it, and what I love about these journals, is if I wanted to add something, I could uncinch this and, you know, I could take the lace off, the thread off and uncinch it, add something, and then cinch it back up. So I like the flexibility that it has versus like a sewn in, you know, junk journal or something. But at the same time, it drives me nuts when my pages start slipping out. Then I go in with a little bit of glue. This just helps me seal the knot. And I let that dry. So I'm going to show y'all up close what this looks like. And what's really cool about this is it's hidden in the covers. You don't actually ever see it until you're at the end of your book. Which, how many times are you at the end of the book? Am I right? Okay, this is going to be my cover. So my daughter's nickname, I nicknamed her Sparkle Heart when she was like 18 months old, I think. And it's stuck. She has been Sparkle Heart ever since. I nicknamed her that because she just wakes up ready to love this world and everybody in it. And she starts her day with a smile and she just carries it all day long. She is just a bright light, which you could probably see through the pictures as I was putting them in this journal. So Sparkle Heart it is. This is my cover embellishment. I don't think she's going to like that E very much. She's going to be like, why did you put it backwards 3? I can already hear it. All right, the only thing I need are my gold glitter hearts from Spellbinders kit. So I'm going to have to go through and find those. I didn't do that. I was ready to be done. But see, when it's folded, you can't see the lace. It's not lace, but the twine that I laced the spine up with. All right, I'm just using my Barely Art Glue and putting this down. And now we have a cover. So I'm going to flip through here really quick. I did finish it. The only thing it needs are those adorable golden sparkle hearts. And it's pretty chunky. And she is a dessert first girl, 100%. She loves getting ice cream because she's like, I have to eat it first. It'll melt. And I just put things in here that I just love about her, and you know, how her smile makes others' hearts fill with joy. I love the way she loves others, and how much joy and love and how blessed we are as a family, and how she celebrates life. Look at her throwing her head back, laughing. That's my girl. So precious. That's her in the blue bonnets. And guys, I'm getting ready to go out right now and record some more memories. We have some funky pianos on display all around town that are painted all wild, and we're taking grandmothers and grandchildren and taking pictures by the pianos. So I'll have more scrapbooking to do, no doubt. My thing 1 and thing 2 bouncing on the bed, being wild. Oh, and that other one, I had caught them. They had grabbed the cinnamon bread and they went and hid behind the couch. They thought I wouldn't find them. And she was right in the thick of it. This is her when she started Montessori school and kindergarten. And she got a huge award at the school district. They saw the sparkle in her. It can't be hidden. And this was from a Spellbinders. It's a cute little heart with swans on it. Swan Lake, ballet. I had to. And then these are the last 2 pages. And I did leave her pages so she can add some of her favorite photos because I want her to make it hers too. I'm just showing y'all here where that twine is hidden. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you'll do some memory keeping. It is very special to record the special moments. All right, come back again. It'll be a card video. See you later. Bye.